Oh, taverns and geeks.
To subdue the threat the end poses to the entire planet, several countries create a special forces group called SEALed, which is comprised of 11 psychics with superhuman abilities. Each soldier has their own talents and skill set to use in combat, which can be expanded after gaining enough experience in the field. Bonds of friendship will form amongst the members of SEALed, but be mindful of which allies to keep close, as the end mandates that the player must begin eliminating teammates. Make sure to accuse the right teammate of being a traitor though. Once the final battle with the end begins, any remaining traitors will fight the main character alongside them. Welcome you guys to otakusandgeeks.com review of The Lost Dimensions. This game is available for your PS3 and PS Vita, and this is a RPG by Atlus, which is out. You guys are going to hear from me what I think about it. The game so far, let me talk a little bit about the story. This is an RPG game, turn-based, which you'll be seeing the gameplay momentarily, but just a little bit about the story. I love the story in this game because it always kept you on your toes. It kept you guessing on who was the traitor. Now, the setup is that in order to defeat the end, he is on the top level, and you have to basically clear each floor to get to him. And every time you're on a different floor, so like I'm on the first floor, there's going to be a member of your group of SEALed is one of the members that's going to be a traitor. So each floor has this specific traitor. It's up to you to find out who the traitor is, and it makes it really hard because there's certain characters that you develop a type of connection with, and you know that they're the traitor, but you don't really want to let them go because you spent all this time leveling them up. But you know, for the final battle, you don't want that to happen. So it's a really good setup. The characters are very well written, and I totally was really connected to everything. So this, what you're seeing now, is going to be the gameplay. Now, for those who are familiar with Atlus games of late, like Conception, Children of the Stars, you're gonna know pretty much turn-based basic setup that these guys have here. This is more of a tactical turn-based RPG where you're just gonna be eliminating enemies from each floor, each dungeon, and you have submissions, character quests, which is really good to build up your strength with your characters. And basically, they have this nice system where if you heal a character, you have more stronger connection, more bonus points with them, and it's all about finding out who this traitor really is. And that is really going to be the big selling point to a lot of the gamers out there. Gaming wise, when it comes to the RPG element, what I just did there was called a defer, where you're able to, certain characters don't have as much movement space as other characters. Some characters can be able to fly, some characters are able to have stronger strengths. So if someone's ahead of you, what you can do is that you can literally switch your turn with another character so they can go ahead and take out the enemy. And it's a turn-based, so enemies do get a chance. They also have this nice, really cool assist, which you've seen in Conception and other Atlus games, where if your enemy is close to you and your allies will join you in the battle, which makes turn-based, it's a nice fresh take on the turn-based, which I really do like. You don't really see that in games like Final Fantasy and Tales if they had turn-based versions of those games. But this one, I really did enjoy the graphics. I enjoy the story definitely, and the gameplay strategy element. It really gets tough depending on the floor. The higher the floor is, the more challenging it's going to become because the traitor, your characters are being eliminated. But you're probably wondering, like, okay, my characters are being eliminated, so what happens? If your characters are eliminated, you still can use their abilities with this system that they have, which is called, I'm sorry, I totally forgot what the system is called off the top of my head, but you're able to transfer your character's abilities. Like, you see the lethal pass is the ability from a fallen member, and you can still have the abilities with the same strength and everything else. So don't think that your characters, leveling up your characters when they're going or they choose to be the traitor is in vain. And it's up to you to actually figure out who the traitor is and how you can get the other team members on your side, and that's basically the overall gameplay. Nice turn-based, but this right here is how you level up your character's strengths. And similar to the Final Fantasy grid on Final Fantasy X, it's similar to that. You get points and you have to unlock your attacks. Basically, the higher your attack level is, so see, like it says, lightning rod or gamma flare right there. Once it gets level 5, that's its strongest at its max, and it'll do the most damage. So the fate material, that's the thing I was talking about, is when you can take your characters that have been deceased or were chosen for execution, and you can take their powers and use their abilities as well. So it's actually up to you guys to really choose which attacks and choose which dead character will fit more with the characters that you like. So you could also go to equipment, where you'll be able to unlock things. You have the talk, where you're able to, which is really good. This is where you build up your relationship with your characters. So I'm going to show you one thing here. And whoever you talk to first is where you get the points of a stronger relationship. You get 2 people to talk to. The first 2 people that you talk to will have a more stronger bond with you. So you have to, it's on your preference on who you like to use more, who you want as your team members, and everything else. And I'm going to show you guys how do you actually find out who the traitor is. They have a great system called the vision. Right here where you see the vote forecast right there is who everybody is voting for that to be the traitor. Suspect is people that I suspect are the actual traitors. And to find out who is the traitor, all you have to do is use deep vision, where you travel into the character's subconscious mind, which is really good since they're all psychics. They don't know that you're doing this. So you travel into the character's subconscious mind to find out who's the traitor and why. I mean, this one's very easy. It gets a little repetitive doing this because there's nothing really new every time you do it. It's literally the same dialogue, or sometimes it's a little bit the same dialogue, but it's nothing really hard. All you have to do is follow the dialogue 3 times, and then it reveals whether the character is the traitor or not. If you find out who the traitor is early, it's more easier for you to get your team members on board. If you find out that the character is the traitor late, you will be having a hard time convincing the other team members, because once you're done with all the side missions and the main quest on that floor, you have this thing called the judgment, where you're able to, this is where you make the judgment and you have to reveal who the killer is. And that's when the whole team as a group decides who the traitor is. And pretty much if it's the wrong person, you just lost a good person. And if you have everybody that's a traitor at the end of the battle, for the final battle, you're going to have a very hard boss battle, because you have to fight everybody with their max abilities and everything else. Very great concept. Graphics is good. Decent music. Voice acting is great. Good gameplay. Can get repetitive when it comes to enemies, and can get a little bit repetitive when it comes to doing the vision. But overall, you guys, I totally enjoyed Lost Dimensions. It's a great, nice, I would say a fair buy of $40. So it's a good, decent price. So I would definitely give this game at 8.0 out of 10. It's a very fun game, so you guys could check it out. And for more reviews, visit otakusandgeeks.com. Don't forget to subscribe and like us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram using the same name, Otakus and Geeks. This is Justin saying later days. I will catch you on the next review. Lost Dimensions for the PS3 and PS Vita gets an 8.0 out of 10. Later days.